garden soil around our back porch. Later today we will grab some stone from our neighbors that they were so kind to give to us for free. Kind of like the stone on the other side there, if you can see that. But I'm spreading out the soil. My husband dug out where the condensation for the HVAC comes out right there. So we dug down, put in some of these black stones, and then surrounded it with the moss rock just to keep the soil from washing in there. I don't know how well that's going to work. We shall see. It has been sprinkling on and off, and it is supposed to rain today pretty hard later. So we'll see if that works. If not, we will maybe make that rock wall a little bit higher around there. And if you come around this way, that side of the porch with the steps is a lot lower than this side here. This side is quite a bit higher. So I'm starting over here to kind of get the level there so that I can just kind of merge it in with this one, because this is not going to need as much soil put on top because it's already pretty high. So over here is the clean out for the sewer system for the house, I guess. I mean, you know, when you flush toilets and all that, it runs down and connects under the house to this pipe here, but this lid comes off in case there's any clogs. And then we have our septic tanks, which you can barely see in this photo, but so there's a handle. Let's see, right there is a black handle. If you wanted to lift that lid off, we have two tanks. There's one tank there, and then somewhere over here is the handle for the second tank. So when we do our rock border, we're not going to come out anywhere near the tanks. So you can kind of see right here the concrete edge of the first tank. So the rocks will kind of edge around and then go back towards where the water hose is. And we may put rocks around this clean out too, so that that doesn't get buried with dirt. And then on this side, the skirting, where these two joints are, that's an access panel where we can lift that off, because there is an electrical box under the porch. An electrical panel, because we will eventually be wiring in ceiling fans and a couple of plugs for outdoor lights and things. So there's an access panel there. Anyway, I think it's gonna look really good. It's really gonna make this porch area feel more finished. And we do still have some Japanese maples. Two are gonna go on that side of the porch, and then I want one here on the other side of the steps, matchy, and then I think one in that corner there. This porch faces east to northeast, so we get a lot of morning sun, as you can see, like morning sun lighting up that side. It's a little more dappled on this side, but my husband did cut a pretty big limb off this tree recently, so we're getting a lot more sun. Anyway, man, it's hot out here. So the soil that I'm putting in around our back porch today is a garden, I believe they call it a shrub and flower mix from Living Earth. And it's real barky, like there's big chunks of bark in here and there's sand in here. And when that bark starts to break down, you'll notice, if you dig in it after a few months, you'll see this white webby stuff all through the soil. That's a mycelium that forms when the bark starts to break down. It's a fungus, and it's really good for your plants. And Chloe won't shut up. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that. So I started thinking about where I wanted to put a Japanese maple. And of course, one's going in this corner here, so I told my husband we should probably, you know, pre-dig the hole before I get all this nice, rich, new garden soil over here. because I knew it was, there's a lot of like concrete, not really concrete, we call it caliche, which is probably just some concrete washout from the pad for the original mobile home that was here. We put this house here, look at all that algae. Ugh. We put this house here in 2017. There was a mobile home on this property previously, but a tree fell on it during Hurricane Ike. So every time we have a storm, I eyeball this huge tree right here because it's massive. And I'm like, please don't fall on us, ever. So we'll probably have that taken out one day because it's huge. Anyway, so my husband was trying to dig a hole for the Japanese maple, and the ground around here is so rocky with that concrete washout, caliche, whatever it is. It's really hard. And so we're using this tool here. It's like a concrete breaker, this long javelin looking thing. It's very heavy, but it will bust up concrete. So what I'm gonna have to do is bust up a lot of this area. Like I'm gonna stay away from the line where this pipe goes to the septic tank. There's the lid right there. So I'm kind of just gonna stay right in this area, because once we have our border stones set up and our nice new dirt on top, soil, when I go to plant plants in here later and I have just my little tiny little gardening spade, I'm not going to be able to dig in there and get things planted. And even if I did, the roots would kind of be halted or stopped by all this hard stuff. So I'm going to spend a few minutes breaking all this up, and then I will load it into the wheelbarrow and take it out behind the man cave. Because we were going to put gravel back there anyway. I'll just put that back there, and you know, it won't get wasted. So moving on. As you can see, look at that. That is concrete. So it's a good thing that we're breaking all this up before we start putting plants in the ground, because they wouldn't have done too well planted on top of concrete. So anyway, just wanted to show you that a little bit. All right, so this area is starting to look pretty good. I have unearthed one of the septic tanks. The other one is kind of in this area right here. I gotta dig it out, find it, expose it, just so, I just think we should know where they are, and they should just be visible, even though it's a weird thing to have visible in your garden design. But this area here, I did get out most of the concrete and a lot of soil with it. This is kind of junky soil anyway, so just loaded it up in the wheelbarrow and took it to the back. So this is how it looks now. I'm going to fill it in with dirt. You can see I drew a line from the corner here. We're going to come around. You can see that line. Come around the tanks with our moss rock border, and then arc this way and end up at the corner of the house by the hose. So I think that's going to look nice. It's going to be a nice deep bed that I can fill with lots of plants. So we've been thinking about what kind of shrubs to use, because I wanted kind of an evergreen border of shrubs around the skirting. And originally we were going to go with camellias, because I have a favorite. It's called White by the Gate camellia, Camellia japonica, but it's really expensive. We have one at the back of the property, and I think because we're, you know, partly shaded with the porch facing east northeast, I think I'm gonna go with white azaleas instead of camellias. Azaleas are a lot more affordable. They do stay evergreen. You can get them in white very easily. I thought about maybe using the Miss Gigi Gerbing, because I have a couple of those. They've grown really fast in the last year, and I have one in this front flower bed. Let's walk over here real quick. In the circle bed around the telephone pole, I have a Miss Gigi Gerbing, but I want to rework this entire bed because there's just a lot going on. And this Miss Gigi Gerbing here, never mind my messy pot of things right there. Let's not look at that. The Miss Gigi Gerbing right here gets like 8 to 10 feet tall and wide, and that's too big for that spot right there. So I think Miss Gigi Gerbing is going to come out. I have something else to go there. I mean, I'm just going to rework this entire bed. Oh, but look at these angel face roses. I'm about to have another flush of blooms. I love angel face roses. So this whole bed is going to get a redo. And the Dark Night butterfly bush is amazing. Oh, there's an angel face that's open. Hello. There you are. Hello. So pretty. They smell so good. Okay. So, Miss Gigi Gerbing is going to be dug up. These dogs, well, they're not going to fight this time. Back here, I think I'm going to put her in the corner behind the Japanese maple. So, Japanese maple right about here, and then Miss Gigi Gerbing, just start her in the corner, and then we'll just go either side. Another reason I want to do the azaleas here is that azaleas are normally pretty shallow rooted, and we've got a lot going on with sewer and septic and water lines. I'm not sure about the Japanese maple. I'm gonna be honest, I have not researched. That right there is a blood good, and I don't know how extensive the root system gets, but I mean, we have like the giant oak tree and my huge gardenia mother bush, more oak trees, another tree, I'm not sure what kind that is, but I mean, nothing has affected the septic yet, and those are some pretty old plants, trees, shrubs. So I'm thinking the Japanese maple will be fine. Fingers crossed. Ooh, look at this storm coming in. This is nice. As long as nothing blows over. I love this weather. Is no joke. Wow. Look at these beautiful stones, and they're huge. Oh, the first round of stones we got, there's my shadow, were small, regular size. These are like mini boulders. I'm so excited. So my husband and our neighbor brought them over, and they both brought their mowers with buckets. But the size of these stones, I'm so excited to get them laid out around here. Hopefully there's enough to get all the way around. We'll see. If not, we may have to go buy some of our own stones, which is cool. But man, I'm just so excited about the size of them. That's awesome. So I'm gonna get to work while the guys have a beer. I have a vodka cranberry over there, and my straw just landed on the ground. Yay. So it is a day later, and I wanted to show you our finished back porch bed. And Chloe's kind of in the way. Hey, Chloe. So we have the stones in place. They look great. I mean, kind of the leftover little janky ones are here at the end, but that's fine. There's a hose there. But these stones look so good. I love it. We put in our landscaping lights. You can see the lid to the septic tank. It all adds to the ambiance. Hi, Shadow. Hi, big boy. But we have a Bloodgood Japanese maple right there. I need to take the tag off. I did dig up the Miss Gigi Gerbing azalea from the front and put it back here. I think it'll be a lot happier back here. It can get to its full size back here, and it was just too small for that bed around the telephone pole in the front. Also, we will be power washing the house, so I know that's grody, but you know, this does face northeast, northeast, so we do get a lot of algae and stuff on this side of the house. But we have all new garden soil, the stones, the landscaping lights. It all looks so pretty. And there's another Bloodgood Japanese maple, but that one's going somewhere else. So it's just sitting there for now. It's not going to get planted there. Ugh, I love these stones. So nice. And then, I say and then a lot, sorry. And then we have, I forgot the name of this Japanese maple, Red Select. It's a weeping Japanese maple. One on this side of the stairs. Oh, and this is the condensation pipe for the AC, and it's got its own little rock bed. And I actually like that we use the black rocks here, because they look kind of gray until they get wet, and then they turn that darker black color when they get wet. It just helps me know if the condensation pipe is clogged up or if it's still draining, because we want it to keep draining. But you know, dirt daubers can get up in there, or just the water itself from the AC unit gets all slimy and it makes like this. Anyway, I'm digressing. So that looks cute. I have some plants to go around that. That's gonna look really cute. Other side of the porch, don't look at all the mess, don't look at all the mess. On the other side is another Red Select Weeping Japanese maple. So we have one on each side. Pretty, more stone. And this was all free from our neighbors. They're awesome. Free stone. And another Bloodgood in this corner. So I think this has really changed the look of the back porch area. It looks so much more grown up. Oh, I love it. And more plants will be going in a little bit at a time. Don't look at the junk. But aren't those stairs awesome? My husband built those. Really nice. It looks so good, and it looks so clean with the fresh new dirt and the stones. I mean, it was just weeds and holes that the dogs had dug and sand. And so grown up. I even like the way the stones framed the septic tank. I mean, that's just cute. Okay, that's all. Bye.